Hello and welcome to the Comic-Con Highway. This is going to be our first episode for the June month. That's right. We're in month 6. We're in the midpoint of the year. It's week 23 of 52 weeks of 2018. We're going to go over who's going to be where right now as we go down the exits off the Comic-Con Highway. First, we start with our creator Comic-Con Highway, which starts off with Mike Watson, not Make Watson. I'll have to change that after we finish with the program. But Mike Watson, who is going to be at Des Moines, I think I'm pronouncing that right. You can find him at table 1003, and I'm going to just open that to make sure I fix that. And that's going to be in Indiana, by the way, for you guys who don't know. In the Midwest, also, because I think Indiana's Midwest. I'm pretty sure it's Midwest. In the Midwest, you can also go to the Pueblo City County Library District. That is going to be my good friend, Steve Kirby, something around there. I've never actually heard your last name. I never had to say it actually out loud. So if you guys know the Pueblo City County Library, this is your place to be. It's going to be at the DEA Con. I don't know why they call it the DEA Con. I literally copied and pasted it. I'm sure there's a reason behind it. Maybe we can actually find it and just take a second to see it. Loading issues. We'll get to that in a minute. Comic-Con Highway was also going in the south with the southern exit, which is weird because it's Delaware. I never understand why Delaware is considered part of the southern region, but it's going to be Amazicon, which is going to go mad for Chris Mad. He'll be there. That's this weekend, starting actually at 4 p.m. today, going through Sunday. And by the way, the Pueblo City School District, that is going to be... Oh, it's on the 9th, so it's actually in the wrong program. It's actually for next week. We gotta change that to be next week. So that's why they call it live TV, right? So you can, but mark your calendars for next weekend for the Pueblo, and we'll make sure to get a little bit more of where exactly that is in that title for you. So Chris Mad's going to be in Amazicon, as we said, and also in the Comic-Con Highway in California, they're going to be the OroCon. It's going to be featuring Curran Sylvia and Sean Barbaro. I think I'm pronouncing that right. We're going to have that going on tomorrow from 10 to 5. It's going to be free to the public, and it's at the Feather Falls Casino. Now, if you're in New York, there's 2 things going on, apparently. There's a 5 Points Festival, which is going to be in Brooklyn, because I know 5 Points is in Brooklyn, because I grew up in New York City. And that's going to be happening with Catherine Calamia. And that's going to be, we're just going to take a quick look here. I believe she's at booth G9, by the way. I believe that is going to be, oh, here it goes. It's loading. I just want to tell you exact date on that. It's going to be June 2nd to the 3rd, so it's Friday and Saturday. If you're going to be up in West Virginia, this is actually a southern exit for Dirk Manning. I think this is as southern as Dirk Manning gets. He's going to be at TriCon. I haven't seen him go any further, so Dirk will be in the house. That is just the 2nd. It's a one-day show. I was just up near West Virginia. I didn't realize how mountainy West Virginia is. A lot of mountains in West Virginia. I drew through the center of the state, so a lot of altitude. I got very high in there, and I don't mean it in that Colorado way. Also in New York is going to be the BoroCon. Now, the BoroCon is going to be taking place at the Brooklyn Expo Center, so I don't know why the 5 Points in the Brooklyn. Maybe they're somehow connected, the 2 of these. We'll take a quick look, and we'll go to convention scene right now to talk about the other events happening off of the Creator Comic-Con Highway. And one of those things happening is going to be in Niagara Falls at the Niagara Falls Comic-Con in Canada. So that's Ontario. That's the June 1st to the 3rd. Also on June 2nd in Portland will be the main Comics Art Festival in the Portland Company 58 Fort Street. On the 2nd in Hickory, North Carolina, will be the Hickory Comic Con at the Hickory Metro Convention Center. Also on the 2nd will be the Smithville, New Jersey show. That's going to be Jersey Shore Comic Book Show and Rockability Uprising. Very interesting show. In Spokane, Washington, sorry, not West Virginia, Washington, will be the Liliac City Comic Con and Spokane Convention Center. In San Jose, there will be the San Jose Super Toy and Comic Book Show. That's going on the 2nd through the 3rd. Also on the 2nd through the 3rd will be the Longhorn Comic Con in Mountain City, Tennessee. In New York, there's the 5 Points Festival, which we talked about, which will be happening in Brooklyn. Also in New York, in Albany, will be the Albany Comic Con, happening on the 3rd only. Also just on the 3rd will be the Classic Con in Uxbridge, Massachusetts. In Essington, Pennsylvania, will be the Philadelphia Comic Con at the Clarion Hotel Conference Center. All right, let's take a quick peek at that New York Borough show. This is supposed to be next week too. So apparently we have 2 misfires. So Brooklyn's going to have shows not next week, but in 2 weeks. So we'll go ahead and we'll edit that, and I'll give you guys the rundown again. So in 2 weeks, you can go to BoroughCon and see Sebastian Bonnet. This week, you can see Dirk Manning at the West Virginia TriCon event. That is just on the 2nd. The 2nd and the 3rd in Brooklyn this week will have the 5 Points Festival featuring Catherine Calamia. The Comic-Con in California, known as OroCon, is going on, and it'll have Karen Sylvia and Sean Barbaro. In Delaware, there is going to be the Amazing Con, which will be which will go mad for Chris Mad. In the Midwest, check out Lycan #2. Creator Steve Kirby is going to be at the DEA Con, but that's next week, not this week. But this week, you can catch up with Mike, not Make Watson, but Mike Watson, who is right now in Des Moines, Wizard World. Wizard World's going on. And if you go to Wizard World, tell Victor Dandridge Mr. Anderson has said hi. If you guys have an upcoming event that you want us to cover and plug, hopefully in the same week, but sometimes we plug things 2 weeks away, let me know at indieadvocates@yahoo.com. And remember to support indie comics on the Comic-Con Highway by buying a book from an indie creator. Don't buy art. Art's one thing. Buy a comic book. No, I'm just kidding. Buy the art too. Support indie creators, comic books, writers, and artists. All right, guys. We'll see you next week for This Week in Indie Comic-Con Highway.